Dr. Jeff DIY here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the 12-volt battery in a second generation Prius and how to manually unlatch the rear door hatch when your electronics are dead. So here's the scenario I encountered. I went to go drive the car and the key fob could not open the door electronically. So what you do is you pull the physical latch to the right side there and get out the actual physical key. Then you stick it in the car door, and then you can actually get in the car at this point. As you can see, the electronic lock doesn't work. Nothing. And when I went to start the car, I got nothing. I also had some trouble getting the key fob out, and here's what I did. I partway unlocked the physical key, and when I did that, I was able to remove the key fob. Just like that. So here's a little diagnostic. I did still have some power, but the light was quite dim, and when I did it on the open door setting, the light wouldn't come on at all. So I figured maybe it's the 12-volt battery. So I went to go back to try to replace it, but I couldn't unlock the door hatch because it's controlled electronically and the battery is dead. So here's how to get into the back. First, physically open the rear door. And what we need to do is get back there in the back. So start getting the passenger door on the back here out of the way. Remove the little pullback thingamajig. And now we need to get back there. So remove the carpet, crawl back here and unlatch these little locks. And here's the physical door hatch. Got to reach down in here and lift up on that. And then it's a little tricky because you have to press upward while keeping it unlocked. But there you go. Now it's pretty straightforward to remove everything in the trunk to get access to the battery, which is located in the passenger rear side of the vehicle. Here I'm just showing you, you might want to inspect your spare tire while you're in here. Now, the 12-volt battery is located under that panel. So pull up on this thing. That's where the fuse is for my red triangle of death. Negative battery terminal, positive battery terminal. So I'm going to get a screwdriver. There's also 2 prongs on the sides to make it extra fun. There we go. See, that hook over there was hard to get. That's the negative. And then there's the positive. Now it's just a matter of removing some components, and luckily everything is 10 millimeters. Got that one. Like that. I'm removing and checking a 5-amp fuse that caused me a red triangle of death warning earlier. As you can see, the replaced one still looks good, so I'm glad about that. Now we just have to remove the positive battery apparatus and this little latch. Don't you wish it could go this fast in real life? Okay, if we can remove this stupid thing. There we go. Whoops, looks like I missed another 10 millimeter down at the bottom holding that bracket. Yay! Don't forget to remove this little vent tube on the side before you pull the battery out. Then you can finally get this thing out. Or, oops, nope, this piece of plastic is in the way. Gotta remove that. This is part of the venting for the hybrid battery. Luckily, they're all 10 millimeters. This seems like it's destined to fall. Yep. And it sure did. But now you can get this plastic venting thing out of the way. And be smarter than me and remove that other electrical connector. It'll be easier. And finally, you can get the battery out of the way. There's my stuff. And there, oh, thank you. All right, let's test this battery and see if our suspicion was correct. It's a 12-volt battery, but it's reading 8.78. That's no good. I got this replacement battery from Walmart because it happened to be about $70 cheaper than the auto parts stores, but shop around in your area and see what you can get. Here you can see the battery's low, and the new battery looks pretty good. 12.64. Install the new one. Here's a tip. When you put on the bracket, I would put the bolt at the bottom part in there and then try to line it up after getting the other side of the bracket on the post. This will make it easier than trying to drop it in from above. Then you just kind of slide it until you get that bolt to fall in the hole.
There we go.
All right, now it's just time to tighten the components down. And then we have to replace the plastic vent tube, and I'm showing there were 2 points of attachment. Get that electrical component out of the way, which I should have done earlier when I was taking it off. Then get everything lined up, and then snug it down. Don't forget that venting tube. Put it back on the battery while you still have room. And then finish tightening everything down. Okay, now it's time to actually attach and connect the battery to the car. So first you put on this positive terminal apparatus. Okay. And I actually made a mistake here because though I put on that physical part, it wasn't electronically connected to the car because I didn't plug in the wires. I think I probably should have plugged in these wires first to actually connect the positive terminal first, because when you replace a battery, you're supposed to put on the positive first and then the negative. Yeah. Well, now it's time to get back in the car and see if it'll start. Okay, there's a good sign. It's showing when my door is open, and when I open it, make it a beep. Turn this on. Yay. Moment of truth. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh. Not a freaking gas. Dude. Oh wait, no I'm not. Finna try it again. Oh, I guess I just had to press it again. Okay, so at this point I was pretty happy and I thought everything was fixed. And the next day when I get to start the car, turn it on, it's running, but uh-oh, I don't see anything at the combination meter, but the MFD is working. In my next Prius video, I'm going to show you how to fix this and explain why changing your 12-volt battery could provoke this problem if you have a bad capacitor. Once I make that video, I'll put a link by the red arrow. Now it's just a matter of putting all the trunk components back in place. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button so it's easier to find by others. Consider subscribing. It's free. And for more second-generation Prius DIY repair videos, check the link to my playlist on the bottom left of your screen. On the top left, you can see some general auto repair videos. This is Dr. Jeff DIY. I'll see you the next time something breaks. And thanks for watching. Done.